Good morning. Welcome to our webinar and thanks for joining BMI today. As building owners and facility managers, I know that you all are wearing multiple hats. And with regard to your facility, you've got a lot to consider, a lot to deal with, to keep the occupants in your building happy, to minimize downtime, and to retain property value for the building, perhaps for a building owner. So today's discussion is tackling three of the top challenges that facility managers face, not only as we see it, as we've discovered through some surveying of our own clients, but really these trends are well documented by BOMA, ASHRAE, and several other organizations. Often the most significant financial asset in a facility is the collective mechanical infrastructure. So this is the heating, cooling, ventilation systems that are responsible for maintaining temperature, humidity, and indoor air quality. So for you, it might be keeping an office environment comfortable, or there may be a critical process in a manufacturing line or even in a healthcare facility in which these systems play a vital role. So in those cases, the stakes are even higher. To help you make the biggest impact at your organization, we're going to be focusing today on that mechanical infrastructure because it's so important to your building. So, starting with challenge number one, controlling costs, right? Otherwise known as doing more with less, sometimes a lot less. A common strategy to reducing costs is to try to spend less on products and services that you're already buying. So that may involve coordinating a competitive bid process, or possibly negotiating with existing vendors to reduce scope or coverage in order to reduce their price. The problem is that we know that these decisions don't occur in a vacuum. They absolutely have a ripple effect in many areas. Unfortunately, without the right tools, it can be really difficult to quantitatively measure the impact of the options we have. And even if you did have the right tools to evaluate, I mean, who of you has the time for that kind of heavy analysis? It's a very difficult position to be in. Research from ASHRAE, which is the American Society for Heating, Refrigeration, and Air Conditioning Engineers. Their research shows that there are 8 definable cost categories to owning and operating mechanical systems. That's what you see here on your screen. The pieces of this pie are interrelated and they impact one another. So just reducing the cost of perhaps a contracted service could impact other cost categories. For example, for air filtration, let's say that you decide to select a different type of filter. Maybe it's a lower grade, a lower quality, and therefore less expensive, or maybe you decide to cut down the frequency of those replacements. That may help lower the cost of your annual parts and materials budget, but we know that those choices often lead to increased energy consumption. Maybe it could impact indoor air quality, and so then that might have an effect on absenteeism and productivity in the workplace. So none of these pieces acts alone. They are all interrelated. BMI, at BMI we have proprietary software that actually builds upon this research, and we use it to create financial modeling for our clients. So in this way we can proactively control the costs and help mitigate future financial risk. Even in our initial consultations, where we're working with prospective clients, we still use this approach because it helps them to evaluate their alternatives. And they can take a look at their current state and even benchmark where they're currently at. So in those services that we provide, there's actually no cost to the company for that. It just helps make a clear decision path and helps us to dial in really what the best way is to help the organization. So it helps our clients make well-informed decisions about their facility, and often we can put something together that helps them achieve greater savings than they originally expected with that more traditional price reduction approach. Challenge number 2, extending the life of your infrastructure. Since the average lifespan of an air conditioning system is only about 15 years or so, you will undoubtedly be faced with capital replacement projects for your facility, and perhaps you're already dealing with those now. They are costly projects, not only in the contracts themselves to have the work done, the cost of the equipment, the labor, the cranes, but it's also costly in terms of the time that you have to invest, coordinating with engineers, administering a competitive bid process and evaluating all of those proposals, and then the time to if not manage the project, then certainly work with those who are. So it's no wonder that facility managers want to delay this event as much as possible. Now, preventive maintenance, it does extend the life of your HVAC systems, yes. But what does that mean? Preventive maintenance. What exactly needs to be done? How often should it be done? Does every piece of equipment need the same thing? You really need to be careful here, because not providing the right tasks at the right intervals could not only have a negative cost impact for you, it could be setting you up for premature equipment failure. So BMI solves these kinds of challenges with data. We measure and collect over 30 different points of data on each piece of equipment at your facility. And that's before any type of solution or program is put into place, because we take that data and our software algorithms then process that information, and the result is that it can precisely calculate the necessary tasking, the frequency intervals, and even the skill level of the technicians that are required. So this level of precision and customization, this is the best way to extend equipment life, get the most out of that system as possible. And it helps that cost wheel that we looked at as well. The approach works so well for our clients that at BMI we're even able to offer full risk transfer solutions, so that you never have to worry about replacing or even repairing another piece of equipment, ever. Your cost stays completely predictable and level. Challenge number 3, keeping accurate records. Oh, paperwork. We know that record keeping is something that we all should do, but it often falls on the back burner, doesn't it? You're not alone, but I just want you to pause and think about these things. Are you keeping refrigerant records to meet EPA's mandated reporting requirements? Do you have proper maintenance documentation in place to validate your equipment warranties? Do you have reports that track mechanical issues and costs associated with each piece of equipment? Are you performing the required emissions testing for designated boiler systems? Those are just a few examples. Failing to keep and be able to show proper documentation or missing critical reporting deadlines, those could mean significant fines to your company. And really, all of these records should be just a part of a proper predictive maintenance program. So I get it. It's probably not your area of expertise. Fortunately for you, though, it is ours. That's just a brief overview of some of the challenges and trends that we hear from our clients. There are many others. I want to thank you for your time today, and I hope that just this brief discussion has maybe revealed for you some opportunities for improvement. And BMI is here to help. I'm going to close our session today with a brief 90-second short, because it does a really good job of summarizing our value proposition and how we go to market. So hope to hear from you, and have a great day.
Now more than ever, building owners and managers are facing daunting financial challenges due to increasing costs and tightening budgets. According to BOMA, managers say some of the most common challenges they face include increasing costs, deferred maintenance issues, increasing complexity of building systems, aging infrastructures, and occupant comfort issues. The cost to maintain and operate new buildings can be minimal with a lower level of associated risk. However, as structures age, costs can mount quickly, leading to premature equipment failures and tenant comfort issues. While building owners are aware of some of these costs, most are unaware of the associated hidden costs being incurred. If any of this looks familiar, you are not alone. What if there is a way to reduce and control costs while simultaneously improving your building's environment, protecting your assets, and extending the life of your building's infrastructure? Working together with our clients, Link service providers tackle these tough issues through proven solutions, enabling clients' buildings to run more effectively and efficiently. We demonstrate solutions that reduce costs without capital expenditures from day one. Since the savings come from the operating budget, clients drive incremental profit directly to the bottom line. Investing 30 minutes of your time with us can identify significant opportunities for your building and budget. Our specialists can demonstrate the details about how this process works and discuss how these benefits may align with your company's goals. If reducing costs and improving your building's performance are important to you, contact BMI today.